Emilio Alvarez writes, do you guys have any idea on why the marketing for Pacific Rim has been sloppy? I've only seen the trailer play once in the theater, and it has not been generating almost any buzz. Pacific Rim looks like the movie of the summer, and I'm afraid it will bomb. John, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's funny. Amy Rose was mentioning a little bit earlier in the show that the film isn't tracking well, and by tracking, that doesn't mean, some people get confused when they hear that. When you hear people in Hollywood talking about how a film is tracking, that's not a reflection on how good the movie is. They're not saying how good or bad the movie is. It's just how many people are aware, but they do some surveys, whatever, how many people are aware of the film, and will they be going to see the film? That's what tracking means. And it's not tracking well. So it's in position and in danger a little bit right now of maybe not performing so great at the box office when it opens. Now, that being said, there was a really good article in Variety not so long ago that pointed out that as of right now, normally by now the studio has spent about 80% of its marketing budget. As of right now, the studio still hasn't spent about 70% of the marketing budget. It looks like they're preparing for Lone Ranger to open and then do a huge, massive final week push. The reality is this: as much as we love Guillermo del Toro, and we do, he's amazing, his films aren't necessarily for everybody. When people stand back and look at the things that we love so much, these weird creature designs and these abstract ideas and all these things that make him so cool to us, sometimes that alienates a lot of the movie-going audience because they don't look at it and instantly think, oh yeah, I want to go see that. And that's unfortunate. But if the movie's good enough, and if you and I like it, and then you and I do our work by getting our friends and turning them on to it, it can do just fine. So yeah, you haven't seen a lot of trailers for it yet, but that's partially because the studio has not really done its big push yet. And I think that push is coming in the next 7 days. Amy Rose, how do you see it?
Yeah, so to elaborate a little more on tracking for those less familiar with the terms, to give you kind of an idea about it, Man of Steel was tracking at 100 mil. Mm-hmm. So, and we know that was actually a pretty close. So tracking is very indicative of where the film is going. So they do need to pay attention. And if the marketing is not catching the audience they want, they fine tune it separately. So for Pacific Rim, they're going to go for teens now. You know, they already have the fanboys, they already have the sci-fi people that are into that kind of genre. So they need to really try to get the target audience. The thing about Pacific Rim that is the problem, while there's a lot of really great actors in it, it doesn't have the star quality that, say, the Avengers had, or Robert Downey Jr., any of these huge, larger-than-life names. I mean, we love Ron Perlman, Idris Elba, one of my favorites, like Charlie Hunnam, Charlie Day. Like, it's a great cast, but there's no marquee name like the Will Smith of the world, you know, where it's really going to pull in that other audience. So they really do need to pull out all the stops. I'm really looking forward to it. I think Guillermo is just incredible, as we've mentioned. But you know, it is a little tricky marketing this kind of film because it is a bit niche, other than the sci-fi and fanboy, fangirl kind of community. Yeah. So it is a bit of a challenge. But I hope that tracking picks up because I think it's going to be a good movie.
If you like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free, and we bring you all the latest movie news as well as our daily AMC Movie Talk Show. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter, where you can find out about all the latest prizes, giveaways, and special contests.